Hello, this is James. The leaks have leaked. Our new mini box, Lords of Shining, will be released April 30th. Thank you to Random Blocks. So right now we have the ultra rares are confirmed in the banner, the 3 ultra rares, and none of the super rares or normals are sorted out. So we'll discuss the money cards. We're going to discuss the ultra rares, and then I want to discuss the cards that I think, pretty sure, are going to be super rares. All right, we're gonna play a fun little game with that. But first, our ultra rares. We have Elemental Hero Shining, must be fusion summoned, cannot be special summoned by other ways. This card gains 300 attack for each of your banished Elemental Hero monsters. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target up to 2 of those monsters. Add those targets to your hand. Everybody said how amazing Elemental Hero the Shining is, but right now nothing. I don't like. What's the hardcore combo? What are these banished Elemental Hero monsters that I'm getting back and getting huge benefit from? I don't doubt that they exist. I'm just not. I'm blanking on what they are right now because of so many years of ignoring Elemental Heroes. But you know what? In addition to this, I want to do what Daddy does. I want to have a live stream where we go through everything with my loving chat, and I'll plan it all out and we'll explain all the combos in depth. So we'll get to the bottom of the Shining mascot, and subscribe for that stream tomorrow morning. Second ultra rare, the Deep Grave. Target 1 monster in either player's graveyard during your next standby phase. Special summon it from the graveyard. So this is not great because you have to put it's not putting anything in the graveyard. It's not enabling your plays. I'll get one of it and put it in all my decks, and then you can have that clutch Armades steal, but it's like Memory of an Adversary, but more deceptive because you have to pay the life points, you have to wait a bunch. The Deep Grave, and you don't have to wait for it to declare an attack target, but the monster has to already be in the graveyard. So actually, if you can get around the Xian, could be good for 6 Sams because you can steal Inishi materials. But I think that's the only first, second, third turn benefit that it can provide, other than late game stealing and Armades. All right, Whitestone of the Ancients. Once returned during the end phase, this card is in your GY. Because it was sent there as a searching special, summon 1 Blue Eyes monster from your deck. You can banish this card from your graveyard. Target 1 Blue Eyes monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. You can only use this effect of Whitestone of the Ancients once per turn. So great with Cosmo Brain. Cosmo Brain special summon, normal summon Whitestone of the Ancients. Send Whitestone of the Ancients to the graveyard for a normal from a monster? Yeah, from a Blue Eyes from the deck, and a Whitestone of the Ancients. During the end phase, gets another Dragon. No, not Dragon Spirit of White. Has to be Blue Eyes. So you could get Blue Eyes. What's the Blue Eyes that nobody uses? Blue Eyes Photon Wings. The Blue Eyes with the flashlight coming out of its mouth. You can negate. Yeah. That's it. That's the combo. You can Cosmo Brain, Whitestone of the Ancients, remove a back row with Dragon Spirit of White from the hand, and then Whitestone of the Ancients get Blue Eyes Photon Dragon from the deck, negate the Xian while it is face up on the field. That's really strong. Can this bring Blue Eyes back? Maybe, because that's all monster effects, baby. That's nothing that Xian could negate. So I think that's really strong. We're also getting Dark Lords, completely new archetype. First, they have a lot of you discard Dark Lords to the graveyard, and you can pay life points. Activate a Dark Lord spell or trap from the graveyard. Again, we'll go over all of this in detail. But the 2 cards that I think so now we're into guessing super rares. The 2 cards from Dark Lords that I think will be super rares are Dark Lord Contact, because again, so you have Ixchel, discard this card and 1 Dark Lord card. So you discard Ixchel, you discard Suburbia, and then you can play Dark Lord Contact and you can get Suburbia out, and then you can special summon, and you can special summon another fairy type monster in the graveyard. So Dark Lord Contact, that's your playmaker. That's undoubtedly a super rare. special summon one Dark Lord monster from your graveyard in defense position. You can only activate one Dark Lord contact per turn. And just because there's so many Dark Lords, I feel like they're going to have a second super rare. Dark Lord Desire cannot be special summoned when you tribute this card by tributing one fairy monster. Once per turn, you can target one monster your opponent controls. This card loses exactly 1,000 attack, and if it does, send that target to the graveyard. So the removal is what makes... So again, making the plays and then getting that remote removal, and it's not even destruction. Send the target to the graveyard. So Dark Lord Desire, I believe, is super rare number 2. We usually have 10 super rares in the mini box. Moving on to Steel Swarms. So Steel Swarms have new abilities, have new tribute summon guys. Gira Stag, you contribute it with one Steel Swarm, and it is tribute summoned by tributing a Steel Swarm. Target one card your opponent controls, send that target to the graveyard, gain 1,000 life points. So he's kind of the opposite of Dark Lord Desire. The play, and then also Moth, when this is tribute summoned by tributing a Steel Swarm, pay 1,000 life points. Target of 2 cards your opponent controls, return those targets to the hand. Wow. Steel Swarms can do dual wield. The bugs have been learning Bushido. If you control no monster, you can special summon this card from your hand while this card is face up on the field. Cannot be tributed except for a tribute summon of a Steel Swarm monster. Cannot be used as synchro material monster. So Steel Swarm Cell, this is your Dark Lord Contact. This is your Amazoness Princess. This is your playmaking card for Steel Swarms. Undoubtedly the third super rare, especially because we have Steel Swarm Scout, which is like a worse version of Steel Swarm Cell. And then also I would actually call Moth for super rare number 4 when this card is true, because dual wields is super rare, and then this does the same thing, and you also get a monster, and it's also easier to use than dual wield. So even though Steel Swarms are only getting 6 new cards, I think that they, like the Dark Lords, are having 2 super rares. We're also getting some XX Saber support. We have Ragigura, we have Urbellum, we have Emmer's Blade. I would ignore all of these, and Godim's Second Call, because Godim's Second Call has to have a synchro on the field. That's hard to do. Emmer's Blade destroyed by battle. When did that happen? When was the last time anybody was destroyed by battle? Inflicts battle damage to your opponent while they have 4 more cards in their hand. Never going to happen. And Ragigura, you can add an X-Saber from your graveyard to your hand. But XX Saber Fault Troll, super rare number 5. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned from your hand by controlling 2 or more face up X-Saber monsters. Cannot be special summoned by other ways. Once per turn, you can target one level 4 or lower X-Saber monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target. I don't even remember what I just read, but I do know that I read the word special summon 3 times. Or the phrase special summon 3 times. So Fault Troll. Maybe bringing XX Sabers back, like giving them that great Shogun Shien power. I don't know, but it'll be a good card, and that I will curse not having all of my X Sabers together. We're also getting a smattering of random other cards. So super rare number 6, I think is going to be Toon Ancient Gear Golem, because they're not doing the high attack normal monster that is that it makes me angry. I think that like Toon Ancient Gear Golem, not because it's good, just because it's like it completes the Toon arc. Like there's no other tunes. There's no tunes in like any box, right? So I feel like just because it's completely weird and not actually very good, but people are going to be interested in it because it's a tune, because it's an Ancient Gear. I feel like this is going to be super rare number 6. It's an Ancient Gear Golem that can attack directly if you have Toon World. We're also getting Arcana Force EX, the Dark Ruler. We had the Light Ruler. We're still not getting the other good Arcana Force cards, but it shows that we're getting them in boxes. This is not any kind of super rare discussion. I just think that, I just call attention to, we just got Arcana Force cards. Now we're getting the Dark Ruler. And also Armed Dragon Catapult Cannon, which is hopefully not a super rare, because must first be special summoned during a duel when you special summon both the above cards. So you have to summon both VWXYZ Dragon Catapult and Armed Dragon level 7, and then you can special summon it by banishing the above cards from your field and or GY, and then has crazy removal if you're able to do all that. So Are my memes strong enough to summon Armed Dragon Catapult Cannon? We will have to see. But yeah, Two Nature Golem, super rare number 6. Super rare number 7 is going to be, where are you? Yeah, Noble Knight Brothers. So this is because this is super summoning. Should be called super summoning. This is enabling special summoning and Xyz monsters. So Noble Knight Brothers, blah blah blah. When this card is normal summon, you can special summon up to 2 Noble Knight monsters from your hand. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except Noble Knight monsters. Once returned, you can target 3 Noble Knights and/or Noble Arms cards in your graveyard. Shuffle all 3 into the deck, then draw 1 card. So first of all, what is this card called? The type of card where you shuffle cards into the deck and then you draw a card, like Naturia Marin and Naturia Brothers. Noble Knight Brothers. I want to know what that type of card is called. But also, this is super rare, not because it's reviving Noble Knights anytime soon, but because it's enabling Xyz summoning. I don't even need to see the Xyz Noble Knights to tell you the play. Normal summon Noble Knight Brothers, get the 2 Noble Knight special summon, overlay them for an Xyz Shokan, and then use Noble Knight Brothers, shuffle stuff back into the deck. Now, the overlay Xyz pieces, they don't go into the graveyard. So you can't just go straight into, like, turn 1, shuffle, and then draw a card. They become Xyz materials as part of the Xyz monsters. Like, they're his fuel for that monster's abilities. But if you do, you do have the option to draw a card off of Noble Knight Brothers. So that's, yeah, super rare. Number 7. Number 8, just because it's an interesting spell or trap. Cursed Armaments. The equipped monster loses 600 attack for each monster you control. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Equip it with this card. So, this is kind of like Rocket Hand. An interesting equip card. So you equip this on your opponent's card, and then they lose a bunch of attack points. You can attack over it very easily, and then you can equip it over to another monster that your opponent controls. Interestingly, it says you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, equip it with this card. So you can't do the Econ Take and then equip it onto the monster that you destroy the opponent's 1 remaining monster and then get your attacks and then equip it onto your Econ Taken monster. But it's a small matter. I think that I like this card a lot. I want at least 2 of them, so we can make those fun plays. So that's, I think that's 8. Yeah, 8. Okay, so 2 more. All right, so the 9th one is Red Rising Dragon. When this card is Synchro Shokan, you can target 1 Resonator monster in your GY, special summon it. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck the turn you activate this effect, except Dark Dragon Synchro monsters, except the family of Red Dragon things. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the GY, you can banish this card from your GY, then target 2 level 1 Resonator monsters in your GY, special summon them both. So again, not even sure what I just read, but I did read the phrase special summon like at least 3 times. So Red Rising Dragon enabling the Synchro climbing. It's going to be a good super rare. And finally, so this is I'm pretty good on pretty much hard lock on all of those except maybe Toon Ancient Gear Golem. Again, I think it's just going to be the garbage super rare. But I think that Necrogardna, Dark level 3 warrior, so it can be dumped by both Beginning of Heaven and Earth and Neos Fusion. During your opponent's turn, you can banish this card from your graveyard, negate the next attack this turn from a monster your opponent controls. This is a quick effect. So, an unlimited, better Bacon Saver that also can be searched by Beginning of Heaven and Earth. Because you can use this as many times as you want, and you can preempt an Armades. So if your opponent just has Armades, your opponent goes in the battle phase, you pop Necrogardna, Armades is not able to attack, because like if Armades attacks into Bacon doesn't do anything, right? But you Necrogardna, you preempt the 1 Armades attack, whatever your Canadian monster was, that monster is now safe, thanks to Necrogardna. So I think that, I'm pretty sure Necrogardna, super rare, number 10. Again, subscribe for the full meta breakdown discussion live stream tomorrow. which I need to get my beauty rest to prepare for. And let me know in the comment section below, how did I do out of 10? Like with person from the future, with the advantage of hindsight, how well did I make those calls? Thank you for watching.